Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United are monitoring the PSG winger, and Amorim drops a proper bombshell turning over Man United. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United keeping tabs on PSG winger. Manchester United are reported to have made concrete moves to secure the signing of Paris Saint-Germain youngster, Ibrahim Mbaye. Club directors have opened initial talks with the PSG hierarchy to inquire about the availability and current situation of the 18-year-old forward ahead of the transfer window. This move has been made to bolster the squad's attacking depth before the new campaign kicks off. Bringing in the talented young Senegal international is viewed as a very promising long-term investment for the team's structure. On the financial front, Paris Saint-Germain are understood to value the player at around £34.2 million to £42.7 million. That price tag reflects the lad's massive potential, even though his senior game time for Les Parisiens remains fairly limited. Alongside a permanent transfer deal, a loan agreement with an option or obligation to buy is also being considered in internal discussions. Given the hefty valuation, negotiations are expected to proceed with great care and deliberation. The key factor making him such an enticing prospect is his versatility across the front line. He is capable of operating on the left wing, the right wing, or leading the line as a central striker to good effect. His dynamic style of play and positional adaptability are considered a brilliant fit for a tactical setup that demands high mobility up top. The club will continue to closely monitor the transfer situation right up until the deadline. Ruben Amorim's shocking statement after beating Man United. Manchester United suffered a defeat in their final pre-season match, this time losing 4-2 to Milan. In the first half, Manchester United caught Milan completely off guard just 2 minutes into the game. Harry Maguire scored a header following a corner kick from Bruno Fernandes, making it 1-0. Milan tried to respond, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting 2 chances in the 8th and 14th minutes, but both efforts were successfully turned away by Sen Lamens. In the 37th minute, Samuel Chukwueze scored the equaliser after receiving a ball from Gonçalo Ramos, who had moved down the left side. In the 41st minute, Man United had a golden opportunity to score from a penalty, but once again Bruno Fernandes failed to take advantage, and the first half ended level. In the second half, Man United took the lead again after Patrick Dorgu made the most of a passing mistake by a Milan player. However, Milan did not take long to reply, as Alfredo Cisse put his name on the score sheet to draw the match level once more. Milan's play grew stronger after that. In the 68th minute, Chukwueze played a key role again, this time setting up Gonçalo Ramos with an assist. Gonçalo Ramos, who was left unmarked, took full advantage of the cross with a powerful header that beat Lamens in goal. 4 minutes later, Milan widened the gap when Ruben Loftus-Cheek carried the ball from the right flank all the way into the penalty box before sending a shot into the near post. Manchester United tried to push forward after falling behind, but young goalkeeper Lorenzo Torriani put in a very solid performance between the posts. Playing the full 90 minutes, he made 4 saves from the 6 shots on target produced by Man United, including keeping out Bruno Fernandes' penalty. This defeat against Milan in the pre-season friendly in Poland serves as an important lesson for manager Michael Carrick to look over. Despite taking the lead early on, the team's drop in performance that allowed Milan to turn the game around became Carrick's main talking point in his post-match press conference. He openly admitted his disappointment with his players, who he felt performed well below the expected standard. Carrick firmly refused to use tiredness or squad changes as an excuse. Although several key players were only getting their first minutes of action after the break for international fixtures, he made it clear that there was no room for excuses for failing to keep control of the game. In his view, the mistakes made during the match must be sorted out straight away so that everyone in the team understands their full responsibility towards Manchester United standards. Despite finishing pre-season on a disappointing note, Carrick stays optimistic looking ahead to the start of the official season. He feels that the whole run of friendly matches and the playing time gathered by the players will serve as a valuable foundation in terms of both match fitness and preparation. Carrick also shared a positive message for the supporters to stay united, whilst promising that the entire squad is now turning its full focus towards getting a top result in the Premier League opening fixture next week. Meanwhile, Ruben Amorim gave a statement after beating Manchester United. He insisted that the match carried no special personal emotion for him, even though he was facing Manchester United. Since officially taking charge of Milan, his emotional connection with Old Trafford has come to an end, so he sees this fixture purely as an ordinary pre-season game. Whilst still proud of his record in England, Amorim is now completely focused on the new chapter of his career in Italy without holding any negative feelings from the past. For Amorim, his main focus right now is building Milan's style of play and putting on the best performance in every match. He sees the victory over United as a way of showing the team's positive progress, whilst bringing satisfaction and a feeling of hope for Rossoneri fans ahead of the new season. When the press tried to ask for his thoughts on Manchester United's changing play under Michael Carrick, who managed to lead the Red Devils to a third-place finish in the Premier League and a return to the Champions League last season, Ruben Amorim chose to stay cool and professional. He didn't want to comment deeply on Carrick's work and repeated that his main focus was reviewing and building the performance of his own team. For Amorim, comparing tactical setups between managers would only take attention away from the team's progress. He pointed out the importance of consistency inside the club and shaping a strong playing identity, rather than getting caught up in the comparisons created by the media. This defeat also highlighted how fragile Manchester United's defensive line becomes when put under heavy pressure by the opposition. A lack of tightness inside the penalty area when trying to track off the ball runs frequently caused trouble for Sen Lamens in goal. A loss of focus midway through the second half created a fatal gap that the opponent used to turn the match around in a short space of time. On the other hand, the sharpness of the Red Devils' attack has not reached its best level yet, following Bruno Fernandes' failure to score from the penalty spot. Michael Carrick certainly has plenty of work ahead of him to sharpen up the finishing and tighten the positional discipline of his players before the proper competitive matches begin. Man United open talks over defender signings. Manchester United have officially signalled their intent to reinforce their defensive ranks by initiating preliminary talks with the hierarchy at Bayer Leverkusen. The Red Devils view central defender Jarell Quansah as an ideal profile to plug a tactical gap and inject fresh impetus into their backline. Initial contact has been established through official club representatives to gauge the player's current situation in Germany. This proactive step has been taken by the club's decision-makers to prepare for a congested domestic and European fixture list in the upcoming campaign. Representatives of the player have welcomed the interest shown by the Premier League giants, while the defender remains focused on maintaining his impressive form. Intensive dialogue continues behind the scenes to explore alignment in footballing vision, long-term ambitions, and the prospect of a regular berth in the starting 11. Manchester United perceive a clear window of opportunity to bring the player back to English shores following his remarkable maturity in the Bundesliga. This persuasive charm offensive is expected to pave the way for personal terms to be agreed in short order. Bayer Leverkusen currently maintain a firm stance and are reluctant to part with their prized asset on the cheap. The German outfit are well aware of the young defender's soaring potential and have set an initial valuation of no less than £43 million. This figure reflects the significant outlay invested when securing his services from his previous club during the last transfer window. Leverkusen's board are only expected to soften their stance if a formal proposal matches or exceeds their internal valuation. An exceptional ability to adapt across the backline is the primary reason behind the glowing reports submitted by the Old Trafford scouting network. The 23-year-old possesses rare tactical versatility, operating comfortably at heart of defense or filling in at right back. His composure in possession and willingness to initiate attacks from deep align seamlessly with modern playing styles. This flexibility is tipped to offer ideal squad rotation and depth for the manager's tactical setup. The contractual status surrounding the player further favors Manchester United, as the buyback option previously held by his former club is no longer valid. Liverpool had inserted a €70 million buyback clause when parting ways with the defender. However, the deadline to activate that option has reportedly lapsed, leaving Leverkusen in full control of his future. This scenario opens up a straightforward negotiation path free from interference from his former side. Jarell Quansah's rapid development during his spell in Germany has caught the eye of football analysts across the continent. His dominant aerial presence coupled with precise long-range distribution marks him out as one of the most promising young defenders in Europe. Consistent displays in domestic action and European competition demonstrate his readiness for greater responsibility. Consequently, Manchester United's recruitment team are keen to act swiftly to capitalize on this momentum. Manchester United's defensive department is in clear need of a fundamental refresh following persistent injury setbacks to senior defenders. The arrival of a highly talented prospect is projected to bring much-needed stability and healthy competition within the squad. The club's leadership aims to ensure a seamless defensive transition without compromising overall performance levels. Investing in a top-tier young defender is therefore viewed as an astute strategic move. The financial framework of the offer is presently being drafted by Manchester United's negotiation team to meet Bayer Leverkusen's expectations. A structured payment plan combined with performance-related add-ons is expected to form the basis of the official proposal. The club remains mindful of maintaining financial balance to comply with strict financial fair play guidelines. Nevertheless, high optimism remains within the camp that a deal can be struck to complete the move. The Red Devils intend to anchor Jarell Quansah as a long-term mainstay to be nurtured towards his peak years. State-of-the-art training facilities alongside the platform of elite competition at Old Trafford are expected to accelerate his progress. The prospect of becoming a central figure in the defense of a club the stature of Manchester United serves as a major draw for the youngster. This factor is believed to be the primary driving force behind the player's willingness to complete the switch. This transfer saga is expected to reach its climax as the summer transfer window approaches its deadline. Representatives from both clubs are scheduled to hold further discussions to finalize the technicalities and overall structure of the fee. Supporters across Old Trafford await official confirmation regarding the arrival of the new defensive recruit. Securing his signature would represent one of the most significant pieces of business for the club this season. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.